Hey everyone, Taylor Inman here with the Daily Interlake. We wanted to share this phone interview I did with musician Paul Cauthen ahead of his show at the Majestic Valley Arena on April 18th. Paul spoke to us from a motorcycle trip in Big Bend National Park where he was celebrating his 40th birthday with friends. We hope you enjoy our conversation. More information about Paul's upcoming show can be found on outriderspresent.com. Well, I kind of wanted to start with, I was just going to ask about what life has been like lately, what you've been up to. It sounds like you're on a really fun motorcycle trip right now, so.
Yeah, life's been good. I just finished up the Tonkin and Tejas tour, which was a big time hit. We knocked out about 8 or 10 shows right around the record release, some of my favorite venues in Texas. Just got the band real tight with the new material so that we're going to be ready for summer. And, we are super pumped. The band is most amazing crew of guys that I've worked with. And, and obviously the biggest thing in my life, my wife and I are pregnant, and we're about to have a baby boy here pretty much any day within the month or a little under. So she's about ready to pop, and, so I'm going to have about 2 or 3 months home, be able to relieve her of some nighttime duties or whatever I've got to do. Mm-hmm. Diapers and all the stuff, I'm just getting into dad mode for the first time. So this is a whole new adventure.
Oh, that's so fun. What's your wife's name?
Elizabeth. Yeah. Elizabeth, like the queen, but she's just actually just a Panama City girl.
Oh, fun. We love those.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. It's so nice to hear a southern accent, too. I'm from Kentucky, so I don't get that much up here in Montana.
Yeah, no doubt. People just say you just can't change it. Mm-mm. Maybe if I lived in like Scotland or Ireland for a long time, I'd be talking like this or something, but yeah, let's have another drink at the bar, shall we? But not now. It's just Texas as can be.
Yeah.
It's funny how when you're around a lot of, like when you're up in New York, like go park the car. All of a sudden you say, did I just say that?
Yeah, so like a Canadian up here sometimes.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Canadians.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's a ton up here.
Johnny Shockey's one of the best.
Oh, I didn't know he was Canadian.
Oh yeah. Big time.
I heard you guys are buddies. Do you guys get to hang out when you come into town?
Oh yeah, man. He's one of my dearest friends up there. I've got a good crew of friends up there. That whole Outriders crew is just amazing. They're my favorite crew I've ever worked with. Most solid, actual friends. It's not just a business transactional relationship, that you get, which is fine in business because you can't just be friends with everybody, but you can't help it, with that team. They're just too kind and they just honestly care about you. Help build your career. They're some of the best.
Yeah, is that what keeps bringing you back to Montana?
All that and all the, the ugly landscape and no good fishing and terrible outdoor things to do. And it's just, I don't know. No, it's the most amazing state. It's Texas, and then it would be Montana for me if I had my two in the country. Those are my people.
Well, we love you up here too.
Oh, well, I love you back.
So you just put out a new album.
Yeah, Book of Paul dropped on April 3rd and did really well. It's my best response yet. We had so much, so many people just loving it, and just thankful that all the listeners are gravitating to it and enjoying it. That's the main goal, so.
Yeah. You're coming off of like a few years of just like a lot of success and big wins. And now you're about to have a baby. Like, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling great, God is good, I'm very, very blessed, and my life, it didn't come easy. It was hard work, keeping your head down, trying to stay out of jail as much as possible, trying not to be a drunken idiot, and trying not to, just let myself get in the way. That's the biggest problem that I've always had, on this whole thing, even success and all, just, it's in between my two ears, just want to spin off or go crazy. And now I'm just kind of more subdued. And it's just like, hey, this is just a gift, and take it and give it back to the people. That's the only job I have,
Yeah. Well, I definitely noticed, like, I was listening to a few of the songs off the album this morning. And I mean, like, the title track is, like, very catchy, very cool. But, I know you from Cocaine Country Dancing, and
oh yeah,
your big hit. And it definitely seems like I'm interested to learn what inspired this album in particular,
I wanted to just come back to full circle to my roots, and just really focus on what brought me to the dance, and try to just give the people what they have loved, the types of songs that really make them dance, or, make them cry or make them feel, and songs that are honest from my upbringing to this point. Once you become successful in the music business, your job now is to sustain and just to put out quality music, because if you don't, you'll be kicked out to pasture pretty quick. And I've been lucky enough to have some of the best fans in the world. They just come back and they just want more, and they ride with me when it's a little weird, or I do a song that sounds maybe like a hip-hop song or a trap beat or something different from country. I'm a rock and roller, I'm not I am country because I'm from Texas. I'm Southern, and I do country stuff, but I rock and roll and letting it just fly, and letting Big Velvet just come out on stage is the job for me. And this album has a little bit for everybody, so I'm very, very proud of it.
Yeah, I'm interested in what you said. And, once you get successful, there's like all this pressure to make sure that you can continue to put out quality music for your fans. I guess, like, over the course of, like, writing this album, like, what were the elements of it that you were like, we can elevate this, we can take this to the next level?
I think that the next level is just my trajectory is just a constant 1 degree climb over a span of 20 years. And that 1 degree starts adding up,
Mm-hmm.
And trying to, I've just got to be honest to my timelines. Like, when I was Room 41, it was the wildest times of my life. My gospel was kind of coming of age, and Have Mercy was follow up. Everybody walking this land while everybody's all divided. These songs that I wanted to say while all this hell was breaking loose around us. And then now Book of Paul is like my chapters, my scripture, my verses, my thing that I wanted to write. If I was in a book that somebody wanted to read and had a book, this is like, if you listen to it from front to back, it's kind of got an ebb and flow of just this wild life of my 20 years. It's kind of a little bit of everything in between. And so just trying to sustain and trying to just keep the quality up is always on my mind. But I know that if I'm just honest to self and honest to the song and serve the song, that's a gift from God, and whatever it is, I think I'm doing my job.
Yeah, definitely. When did you start getting this album together?
Shoot, it's been years and years and years of work. A lot of these tunes, a lot of these riffs, a lot of these hooks, a lot of these titles have been around. And then I just knew that when I get around these certain songwriters, I kind of pitch certain things to allow them to elevate themselves into a realm with me and we just served the song at that point. And so it's been a long process, but really crunching down on it a couple years, so.
Yeah. And I mean, you mentioned that your collaborators this album are really special to you. Did you know like these songwriters previously? And also maybe like another question is like, was the band, are some of these guys new, or have they been with you the whole time?
The band was just really, I used about 5 different producers, about 15 different songwriters, and I knew of a lot of them. I was great friends with most of them, and then some of them I'd never met before. But it was just an awesome connection and a common goal between us. They knew my body of work. They knew what had worked for me in the past. It's really cool to be in a position where you get to write with a bunch of the cream of the crop writers, and that was my first time in my career that's been the case. And it's because I am becoming older in this business, and I am still around. And that's kind of, I don't know whether it's clout or having the writers having more desire to want to write with me instead of just wasting their time. So they knew that maybe if they write with me, that maybe the song could really have some waves and be heard. And that's all we really want in the end.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm gonna go way back.
Okay.
I was interested in how you got into music in the first place.
Well, my grandparents and my mom, my dad, my family always sang a lot, sisters, and we were in the church, grew up in the Church of Christ, and sang a lot of gospel and Heavenly Highway hymns and all that stuff. And then we'd come back home and listen to Patsy Cline, Johnny Cash, and Marty Robbins, and a bunch of old classic WSM, Opry stuff, and, just really, really, really wholesome upbringing in music. And it was always pure. And we always served song in the beginning, and now still, for the Lord and the light. And that's kind of what the gospel is. And so singing is so powerful, whether you're a believer or not. Song can bring a tone, can bring a tear to your eye. And that's power. And to be able to do it is a gift. So being raised up in that and listening to all these old records, and there's a common thread of just really appreciation of the songs of the past and trying to correlate maybe what you have learned from those songs and remold and shape your own vase yourself, per se, and redo your own art in your own form. And that's kind of where it all happens. You take all those things that you heard, all the way from Patsy Cline to Biggie Smalls. So I started listening to Biggie when I was a kid. My buddy down the street, his older brother had all these vinyl and all these records, and listening to all that changed my mind. Listening to Nevermind by Nirvana, like all these things that hit me in certain times of my life is what created and sculpted me as a singer, songwriter, musician, whatever.
Yeah. Why is it important to you as a musician to not put yourself too much in a box with like the country label? Like you're pulling from all these other influences,
It's because how boring must it be to listen to one genre?
I agree.
How boring. So, and it's like, I've always hated being told what I am, genre-wise. That's what people can't. That's why country, it's been tough for me to be played on radio forever. But I haven't really cared about any of it because I've been true to myself, true to what I like in music. And that's what kind of separates me from a lot of different people. Most people that are the most successful in the world, their entire team around them says, this is not broke and we're not going to fix it. We are going to stay our lane, stay our course, and we are going to print money. And they do. But, it is their dimension, which is great because it's so successful. But, country music is so, it's brought in, there's so many different influences to that genre. I mean, shoot, even now, what Cowboy Carter did, what Post Malone did to country, what all these people have done to country music nowadays, well, it's not even country.
Yeah.
But guess what makes it country? That these folks are singing from their heart and, and singing songs that might have a banjo in it. But, banjo was an African American Black Delta instrument before the folk took it, and it's like all this stuff is just, we're all pulling from the same sky, and the sky's been there way longer than all of us. And Woody Guthrie was influenced by the stars too, and then Bob Dylan, and then it's just like all these different types of genres and different types of things, they're all cross-contaminated. So I just think loving all types of music and appreciating all different types of art forms maybe makes you a more diverse artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be put in a box. I'm gonna drop a heavy ass rock record one day. I'll drop a bluegrass record. I'll drop I'd love to do a big band like Frank Sinatra vibe, full on timpani and the whole thing. I'd like to do, something Middle Eastern with sitar and a bunch of cool tones from that part of the world. I mean, there's so much to tap into. That's what's fun about music. Or I'd be bored and be done with this already.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, while you're rattling all those off, I'm excited for the rock album. I'm excited for the bluegrass album. Sign me up. Are you a fan of Tyler Childers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you like his last album? Had a really cool Indian inspired, where there was a lot of sitar and stuff on it.
Yeah, it's really cool. He went over there and he wore the outfit and everything. Yeah. Put on his little Jerusalem cruisers and did the whole record.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah. So you got some touring coming up this summer, right?
Oh yeah, about to get heavy with it. So it's gonna be a big one, and we're not gonna stop for a while. So we're about to go show the people in a big way what we've got to say.
Where all are you heading?
Everywhere and in between. On the East Coast, West Coast, we're doing obviously Montana. We're going to come back and probably do a few nights at the Old Saloon and Immigrant. And I'm just going to really, when I get up in that part of the world, I always talk to Shockey and the Outriders crew, and we always work with something together because we are loyal like that to one another. And we like to help each other out. And I'm going to be putting on a music festival myself with some people, probably out in Fort Worth, maybe. And then we're going to be doing some stuff out here in Big Bend. I'm going to, we're going to try to get to Europe Q1 of next year. Next year, we're going to try to get over to Australia too. And hopefully Japan. And we're just going to keep working. My baby boy and my wife are going to come join me on this crazy and wild adventure. So we're going to probably follow the tour bus in an RV like the Dead Gum Hendersons or something.
Yeah, you guys really aren't going to stop if you're going all the way to Europe and then you're going to do Australia after the U.S. tour. That's, yeah.
This is all just kind of, about to be locked down, but these are the conversations I've heard.
Yeah.
So, don't hold it to me when if I say Q1 and it's actually Q3 or something.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. I guess I wanted to ask because, you guys seem to have a fun time when you come up to Montana. And you mentioned fishing. Are you guys fishing when you get up here? What are some activities you guys get into?
We love going on hikes, getting out near the lake, and, I go and we've done some fishing. I'm probably going to be doing some hunting when become season again. I do want to harvest an elk so that I can fill up the fridge for the wife and baby. We love the outdoors. It's hard to be cooped up inside Montana.
Definitely. Well, where you guys are down there is so beautiful too. Big Bend is. I haven't been down there myself, but I have been through that part of Texas kind of generally, and it's just so pretty down there.
Yeah, it's a lucky situation for Texas. The biggest national park in the country and the least visited.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? When you get out on a wild road, you are actually under the stars by yourself. And then if there is something around you, you better watch out. It might eat you.
Yeah, might bite you. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thanks so much, Paul.
Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip. That sounds so fun.
Well, I appreciate you, and thank you to everybody up in Montana. And we're going to be playing the arena there in Kalispell on the 18th.
My name is Hannah Shields. Not only do I cover Flathead County, but I also cover some of the other counties that are a bit smaller and maybe don't have as big of a media presence. A big part of what we do as journalists is we go to the meetings that maybe most people don't have time to go to. We cover topics that are really complicated and we break it down in a way that is digestible. People are super interested in what's happening, but a lot of times we are so busy, like maybe you're raising kids, you're working a full-time job. Not everyone has all this time to also keep tabs on what their local government officials are doing. So I think a big part of that necessity just stems from, being there when other people can't and being able to write it in a way that 20 more people can understand what's going on.
If you're watching or listening to this podcast, it's because of the journalists in your community who make it possible. I'm Anton Kaufer, regional publisher of the Daily Interlake and Hagadone Media, Montana. If you value strong journalism and local news in Northwest Montana, please consider supporting it. Right now, the first $25,000 in donations is being matched. Join your neighbors and give today at dailyinterlake.com/support. And as always, thank you for supporting local news.